Alright, not that it's never that I try to tick people off or piss people off or whatever. At least I try not to do it on purpose. But I do try to be honest and transparent about a lot of different things and about a lot of different topics and about a lot of different social constructs that that exist today as we know it. And I happened to come across this thing this morning on my feed, and this is a particular. I think this is a local politician. Believe she is a what you would call African American woman, and as you can see from there, I believe she is running for a Supreme Court justice position. That's really not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is the fact that this woman, this African American woman, seems to have a non-African American husband, which is perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. We all have our preferences, and I'm not going to go around shouting at people and saying you shouldn't sleep with who you want. But the one thing that I found very odd about this whole entire thing was I have my earphones in, so if you can't hear the audio, but were the comments. And there's nothing but positive reinforcement here. And you're probably saying, why do you have a problem with this? I don't have a problem with it. But one of the things that I find highly hypocritical is I'm all for equal treatment. I'm all for equality. I'm all for justice. I'm all for people getting the same treatment for the same act. Now, like I said, I have my own personal opinion, I have my own personal preference, and mine is I predominantly am attracted to black women. That's just my thing, that's my steez. I'm not, I don't have the power to enforce my will on others, and neither would I want to. But notice how none of the comments are degrading about that. None of the comments are talking about that. And when you have a black politician, a male black politician, and he poses or takes a picture with his white wife or non-black wife, whatever he may be married to or dating or whatever, I always notice that there is a litany of disrespectful comments, even if the photo or the video or whatever it is has nothing to do with their, I guess people will call it their biracial family. People will bring it up. People will, especially black women, will bring it up, and they will talk about this man like a dog. Think about Clarence Thomas, who was running for the Supreme Court back in the early 90s, and how he got dogged out, and people were upset because they felt like he got away with sexual harassment or something like that to a black woman. And when it came out that, or when people found out that he was married to a white woman, just he's still being ripped. And I'm just curious, and I'm just asking a question, and I just want to know, at what point does this hypocrisy become something that should be shamed? I'm a person who can have his beliefs, have his preferences, and still respect other people's lives and what they want to do with their life, without me cringing upon their decisions of who they want to sleep with. But I just find this so odd, and I was reluctant to do this video because I'm sure some idiot is going to take what I'm saying out of context. That just is what it is. But I just want to point this out. This woman has a white husband. Like I said, if that's her thing, that's her thing. I'm not judging her for it. What I'm doing this video for is I'm noticing that the few black women that did comment on this video mentioned nothing about it, didn't call this woman a coon, didn't call her a sellout, nothing. But it's very ironic that if a black man does it, he's a coon, he's a sellout, he's an Uncle Tom, he's a ruckus wannabe, he's an Uncle Ruckus, he's all these things. But when the tables are reversed, it doesn't even come up. It's not even a whisper. And I just find it highly hypocritical, and I find it damning about the hypocrisy that I often talk about inside the black community that no one ever really wants to talk about, but then want to call me crazy and a lunatic and all this other stuff for bringing up these things that I notice on a daily basis. I have story after story after story of personal experiences where I've seen black women talk, about black men like a dog, because they're with a non-black woman, but then they see a black woman with a non-black man and it's like they got blinders on. And this particular story happened when I went down to Atlantic City a couple years ago, 2013 actually. And I laughed, and my wife was like, "What are you laughing about?" And I told her about it, and of course she thinks like, "Why am I concerned about it?" I'm like, it's the hypocrisy in it that makes me laugh. It really is. But I don't want to make this a long video, but I just wanted to point this out, and maybe people can comment and let me know. Maybe it's something that I'm missing.